Hi guys, Karen Miller here from Asleep at Last. Welcome to another one of my videos. So today I'm talking about the 12-month sleep regression. I get a lot of questions about this age group. It is a real big milestone for babies. You know, your baby's no longer a baby anymore, they're turning into a toddler, and there's a lot that's going on at this age. There's a lot of physical developments. Many of them are trying to walk or are already walking or will be walking soon, and that's very exciting. Mental developments in their comprehension, as well as changes regarding milk and solid intake. We may see some toddlers at this age taking less solids than they were, and that's just because they're not growing as rapidly as they were a few months ago, so they don't need to take on quite as many calories. And yeah, it's just a huge change. You'll physically see the change yourself and you'll notice it. And all of this can disrupt sleep. There is a sleep regression at this age, but there's also a nap transition at this age, and the two of these together can cause a lot of issues. The sleep regression itself does see toddlers start to refuse their naps, particularly the morning nap, and a lot of parents take this as a sign that their toddler is ready to drop the morning nap, and then they go ahead and drop it because then the toddler's no longer taking the nap, therefore surely they don't need it anymore. But then after a week or so of dropping the morning nap, parents often find their toddler is absolutely beyond exhausted by lunchtime, doesn't eat a good lunch anymore, goes to sleep overtired, struggles to settle, and doesn't sleep for long in the lunch nap, and then as a result has really poor day sleep and is then massively overtired by bedtime. This can then cause, you know, night wakes and problems during the night, and it's a vicious cycle. So what to do then? So be mindful that your toddler may be needing to drop the morning nap. They may no longer need it, but it's very unusual for toddlers of 12 months to drop the morning nap. The morning nap is typically gone by more like 15 months. The best thing to do if you think that your toddler no longer needs the morning nap is to cut it back. So cut it back by 10 minutes a week and see if that helps. If they are refusing the nap completely, just keep offering it to them, because if it is the sleep regression, it will pass within a couple of weeks. So if you keep offering it to them, you don't get out of the habit of that, and they're still used to being put in their cot, and many of them are still happy to be in their cot. They're just wide awake and mess about and don't actually go to sleep. Just keep offering it every day, and you may find after 2 weeks they suddenly start taking it again. If they don't take the morning nap, you'll need to bring the lunch nap earlier. So nap them at more like 11, half 11. Make sure you give them lunch before then. So give them lunch when they're not exhausted, because toddlers won't eat when they're tired. And put them down at 11 or half past 11. And you catch that window before they're overtired, and they're more likely to fall asleep for that lunch nap and sleep a good chunk. Now you can let them have longer than normal here for the lunch nap if they will take it. Or if they don't, you can try and get another nap in before 3 o'clock. Otherwise, it's a case of putting them to bed early. So some toddlers will need to be asleep by 5:30, 5:45, 6 o'clock at the latest, especially if they are not napping well. So yeah, be mindful of whether it is a true, genuine nap transition or whether it's the sleep regression. And the best way to know is to just keep continuing with the morning nap, even though they seem like they don't need it, for a good few weeks before you accept that they don't need that nap anymore. Stay consistent in what you were doing before. Don't introduce any new sleep associations, and try not to change anything for a few weeks. Keep a log of what goes on so that you're aware of how long they had each day, so that you don't lose track, and you can spot any patterns that may help as well to identify if it is the regression or not. And yeah, these kind of problems can happen anywhere from around 12 months old right up to 13, 14 months as well. The sleep regression doesn't necessarily have to happen specifically bang on 12 months. It can be a bit later. But if you are having sudden issues around this age group, the chances are it is the sleep regression. So yeah, just be aware of that, because the one thing I do see is parents dropping the nap way too early. Baby is still needing the morning nap, no longer getting it, and just, yeah, and it's just a cycle of overtiredness, and then everything goes to pot. So I hope you found that helpful. If you did, please hit like. If you want to be notified of when I do the next video, please make sure you subscribe to my channel. Thanks guys, bye.